All right, Five Nights at Freddy's was a good movie. Was it amazing? No. Was it not bad? Absolutely. So, spoiler warning, major spoilers. This is going to, probably touch on that. I honestly don't even know what I'm going to talk about. I don't write scripts for these things. But Five Nights at Freddy's was a good film from a Five Nights at Freddy's fan who sat there. I've been a Five Nights at Freddy's fan with my brother since we were kids. We'd sit there and watch Markiplier play through all of them. It was really cool, really enjoyable. I would always been a huge Markiplier fan for this reason specifically. But going forward, I've become more and more in depth and into the lore as the years go on, and all that great stuff. But was it a good movie? Well, I'm not going to sit here and talk about the actual performance of the movie because obviously it's bombing and blowing up at the box office. I mean, it's blowing Oppenheimer out of the water. It's just overall pretty cool. As a FNAF fan, I'm just happy we got a movie of these animatronics on a big screen. Are you kidding me? An indie developer made this game, and now it's sitting here on our TVs at home. I think that alone is very cool. But aside from that, was it a good movie? Well, let me tell you. It was a good movie. But I don't think it was the best movie. And I don't think it was really, really good. I thought it was just good. There were a few things that just kind of stood out, like the fact that, Cupcake got the most kills in the movie, or the most actual aggressive action time. It was all Cupcake, and I think that Cupcake was extremely goofy, considering that Cupcake, in my experience of playing the games, Cupcake wasn't really something that could kill you or hurt you until Five Nights at Freddy's VR. Cupcake wasn't all that in the first game. I mean, I'm sure there was a jump scare or two, but Chica's the main one, and Chica didn't even really kill anybody. It was Cupcake. That was a pretty big critique of mine. It was just okay, this little dude just killed everyone. Nice. And then Freddy got away with some stuff. It was cool. Everyone got mad about the scene where they were building the fort. I, for one, think it was pretty cool because, yes, these are literal children's souls and bodies stuffed into animatronic suits. And when they see another child that they want to see just like them, they're like, hey, we're going to be friends. We're going to, chill out with you. And that's pretty accurate. We never saw children around the possessed animatronics in the games, except for, obviously, the Bite of 83 and, I guess Security Breach. But it was a cool thing to see, and it kind of just makes sense, adds realism to the fact that these are literal children in here. I liked the climax, how they showed that William Afton was truly the killer to them, which made sense in a way. It kind of reminds me of the minigame in, I think, FNAF 4, when he leads away all of the animatronics and kills them one by one, and then by the last one, it comes in, and it's hey, this is the guy that killed you, and then they all corner him in the room. He hops in the Springlock suit, and that's where he dies. And it wasn't all that far off from the movie. It just didn't happen in FNAF 1. Now, what should not have been expected is that the movie was going to be a recreation of the games. A lot of people, I think, really expected that, and that was kind of their downfall. I knew it was going to have to be a movie. The moment that I saw that it was a live action thing, I knew it was going to have to be its own separate gig. Some of the acting was corny. Vanessa, I didn't really understand a whole lot of her purpose besides, lore explanation. Oh, hey, Freddy eats children. It's okay, thanks, Vanessa. You're going to be my best friend now. And then 30 seconds later, she's like, I'll shoot you, okay? I'm gonna shoot you with a gun. That was the kind of silly stuff that I was just all right, Five Nights at Freddy's. This is kind of a goofy little movie. But I think it was a good movie. Was it the best? No. Was I satisfied with the fact that someone got bit in half? Yes. But I mean, that one dude got his face mauled off by Cupcake, which was acceptable. I just thought it was goofy that this little Cupcake animatronic just sat there on this dude's face and he couldn't do anything about it. Realistically, anybody could have tossed that thing. Anybody could have thrown that thing over against the wall or like away off of you. It was just kind of goofy. If it was Chico on top of you, yeah, that thing's heavy as all get out. But Cupcake, I don't know. This dude had it coming. If he couldn't fight off the little cupcake animatronic, bro had what was coming to him. Other than him, the other dude kind of just died off screen, and you saw his hand touch the window, and then Bonnie came out like not bloody at all. I guess it's a PG-13 movie, but I mean Jurassic Park was PG-13, and it had some better kills than that. I'm just saying. And I mean, how did the other dude die? Foxy? It was Foxy. He kind of also had like an off-screen death. It was kind of upsetting, but oh well. I mean, the deaths and overall, like I said, was it a scary movie? No. It was not a scary movie. It wasn't really horror. I don't think it deserved really the horror tag. Maybe like thriller or something, but it wasn't really horror. But there was already 2 and 3 other movies being made or promised to be made. So I think they're going to be able to learn from it. I think it's just going to be cool to see Five Nights at Freddy's on the big screen. I think edgelords who are like, it wasn't gory enough. This isn't really Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh my gosh. Why wasn't William Afton's guts bursting out of the Springlock suit, dude? Why wasn't he crying in absolute pain? Like, get over yourself. You're edgy. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to see all that. There's Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, these are still images that jump scare you. It's not that deep, dude. If you want that, go watch Mortal Kombat or something. Which is also, I don't know, it's kind of cheesy movie, Mortal Kombat was. But anyways, I digress. Five Nights at Freddy's was good, not scary. Good lore-wise, but it also like brought up some weird lore stuff. Would I give it an 80% as a fan? I'd probably give it like a 75 to 80%. Just because it was good, but there were some plot points that just kind of like didn't make sense. Some of the acting was cheesy, and it wasn't really scary. But I don't think it really had to be scary, but like improve the ambiance and keep the jump scares in. FNAF is all about the jump scares, and if there's not going to be any jump scares in a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, then I'm kind of just lost for purpose. That's all the game is built on. That is everything that's the game's pride and joy right there, man. So I think the Five Nights at Freddy's movie was pretty good, but I don't think it was really a horror movie. I know jump scares are kind of cheap. I know Moist Critical said it best, but it's worth going to see as a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. It's going to be, I've seen tons of Instagram comments, tons of different comments of guys, like I said, the edgelords who are like, terrible movie was garbage. Those are the kinds of people that have a negative outlook on life and just are unhappy. And if you think otherwise, you're incorrect. Because I am always correct. I think the movie ended quite well. I do think that Springtrap needed to be a little bit noisier when his rib cage and innards were being destroyed. I know his lungs kind of got messed up, but I mean, people still scream a little bit before all that happens. So, I don't know. There were a couple weird little tweaks, but was it a good movie? I think so. Was it enjoyable? Yeah. Was it entertaining? Yeah. Was it scary? Absolutely not. That's it. Short synopsis. Hope it makes sense. Probably doesn't, but if you liked it, subscribe. See you later. Enjoy the movie.